on this book stuff. And it'd be a never-ending income stream. Plus, I could sit and write all my stories that I've been telling you about that I was thinking about making books and stuff, and get into my book, and I could, a few thousand words or a couple of ideas, and then get ChatGPT to write a few thousand words on it. And if there's another program to finish it, no telling what could happen in the bookstore over there. I mean, guys are making a lot of money. I think that probably, but I could do it myself. So I'm going to give it a couple of weeks and see. What do you think about that? Up to you. Well, I knew you were going to say that anyway. I figured, well, I wasn't going to tell you. And I figured I would tell you anyway.
By the way, another source of inflation
that kid backed out last night.
All of Trump's proposed new tariffs, right?
Yeah, no, that was interesting to me.
I don't think he went through with it.
Trump's tariffs were that big a part of why the Treasury yields moved. For one thing, even though the U.S. obviously imports a lot of stuff, imports never that big a part of
I used to put one in the purse, and I decided not to.
So I'm not saying that there is no impact. I'm just saying it's not, to me, the main impact. This isn't to say that tariffs are a good thing. I don't want that to be the takeaway.
And also, Sanal isn't totally convinced that all of the promised tariffs.
But either way, I'm going to finish my program.
Pricing in some inflation.
Stuff that I'm doing.
Okay, so
I didn't run everything over the books.
Inflation.
And that
behind that
effort.
is potential tax cuts and maybe a little bit of tariffs.
Now, so we'll continue in a second. Maybe a different prediction, which is about where the market thinks interest rates will go.
Like cousins, interest rates, inflation.
Now you can tell that they're related, but they're different. They live different lives.
I wonder if that's all over
The
Mark.
simplest version of themselves is that markets think interest rates because
I saw him yesterday.
And if you think interest rates are going to go up, you're not going to want to hold on to your government IOUs anymore.
Right, remember, the IOUs, they pay
By the way, he
interest.
looked at me. I think he could
If I
freeze
have an
me with
IOU that's
that
paying
trespassing
5% interest, but I think next month
that's
the
not good.
government is going to start selling IOUs that pay 10% interest. I am going to want to hold on to my 5% interest IOU. I want to sell it so I can have my money ready to buy the sweet 10% interest IOU.
So I guess the interesting question is why the market thought interest rates are going to go up.
Sanal says on this one, she thinks the markets were mostly reacting to the possibility of big budget deficits that could come as a result of all of those tax cuts Trump has proposed.
Both candidates were talking about what I can only consider profligate fiscal policy.
So like lots of government spending.
And it's worth saying that treasuries have actually been selling off little by little for weeks. But then, when it became clear that Trump would be president, we had that giant drop in bond prices. Sanal says that is partly because deficits under Trump are projected to be even bigger than they would have been under Kamala Harris.
we had $3.5 trillion from the Democrats, and we have conservatively $7.5 trillion from the Republicans. A trillion here, a trillion there. Pretty soon you're talking about real money here.
This episode was produced by Sam Yellowhorse Kessler and Willa Rubin, and edited by Martina Castro. It was engineered by
Well, take your keys.
fact-checked by Sierra Waters. Alex Goldmark is our executive producer.
I take your keys, but I'm not sure yet.
I'm Sally Home.
And I'm Marty Three. This is NPR. Thanks for listening.
Lisa was sitting up on the top shelf. She had her hand on the blanket up there, and her eyes were kind of up and kind of shut. Just kept kind of looking at me like, I'm good. Like, thank you. Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy.
Answer questions about taking an investment and saying no if the wrong person writes you a check.
I think the real key, and I'm sure guys heard this, is making sure that you get the right fit with that investor, because they're going to have a lot of influence over
Ow.
the business. So
Fucker hit something hard.
you want to be picky.
Right into that car, smashed.
I
didn't see it.
The money, but you're like, you got to balance.
Now you go all the way back.
with being picky.
Oh, you get that bucket up there.
Stick around because after the break, it's the advice line.
Music and news. I didn't see any dead animals. I wonder if we hit another car.
Car hit him.
Support CPR and reduce your tax bill at the same time. Notify charitable distribution. It's an easy way to do it for yourself and your community. Contact your lottery administrator and learn more about it at CPR.
I took three trays of that, just like that.
Listen here.
Like I said, the other one I gave out there for tennis.
Support for NPR comes from the station and from Workday with AI system. Workday is committed to delivering continuous innovation to prepare organizations for what's next. Workday, an enterprise platform for finance and HR rockstars. From Indeed, designed to be an end-to-end hiring solution for businesses of all sizes to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Learn more at Indeed.com/. And from the tourist.
I think I was listening to the logs that was out there. Or that other thing up there.
Hello and welcome to the advice line with Alan Lucas. Guy Rhodes. This is the place where we help try to solve your business challenges. Each week, I'm joined by a legendary founder and former guest on the show who will help me try to help you. And if you're building something and you need advice, give us a call. You just might be the next guest on the show. Our number
Wow,
is
look at that storm.
1-800-433-1298. Send us a 1-minute message that
I
tells
was
us
staying
about
home
your
today. I thought,
business
"Oh, I got too
and
much to do."
issues or questions that you'd like help with.
Doors open
You
to
can
the
also
meter.
send us a voice memo at hivt@id.wondery.com. And make
Kid
sure to
probably
tell us
trying
how
to
to
steal
reach
some
you.
metal.
And also, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. It's full of insights and ideas from the world's greatest entrepreneurs. You can sign up for free at guyraz.com.
It's kind of cool how that ice is formed
Let's
on that
get to it.
over there.
Joining me this
Yeah,
week
I know,
is
I
Angie
know.
Hicks,
Look at that square
co-founder
building.
of Angie,
Right,
square block out there.
Angie's
Well, I was
List.
laughing at
Angie,
you.
welcome back to the show.
Oh, it's great to be here.
All right, so you were one of our first guests on How I Built This way back in 2016, and it was a great episode. Back then, you told a story of how you built Angie's List, this database where you could find reliable contractors and handymen in your local area. And of course, I know that the company is now known as Just Angie, and you are Angie's Chief Customer Officer. That's right. Can you fill us in on, what your work looks like today as the head of Chief Customer Officer?
Problem is,
I actually
fish are
love what I
small
do
and
as
you
a
can
chief
get too
customer
many of
officer.
them.
It's a lot of fun, and I really try to bring a human touch to a tech company. Several years ago, I had started doing office hours for our team when our team got too big that I didn't know everybody. So I set up office hours for employees, and they could come talk about whatever they wanted. It was 15 minutes. Quite honestly, I got more out of it than they did. So about a year and a half ago, I decided to open that up to our customers. So now any pro in the network can sign up to chat, and we'll do a Zoom call
Oh,
and
look at
talk
that
about
trail out there.
whatever they want to talk about.
And these are
There.
providers.
Oh, well.
Pros are the providers.
That's
Straight-
right.
straight up.
Plumbers, electricians, all
Fine.
across the country.
Anybody can
Probably
sign up
been
to talk to
Anybody. Anybody.
you. To Angie.
To me, exactly. So if you think about what that does culturally to the organization, having accessibility and being able to do that, probably just the opportunity brings more value than the conversations themselves, because they
Yeah,
always
take
know
your
they
keys. I'm
can.
gonna go for a hike somewhere.
Angie, tell me about the name change from Angie's List to Angie.
Yeah.
What changed about the business to kind of warrant that rebrand?
It was becoming a situation where we
Take
felt
my
like
keys to my cell phone.
List probably dated us. You know, we did more than just a list of contractors. You know, we did more than just give you a
I think I
name.
might
We
go
would
with
actually
Kelly
help you
Marie
get
because
scheduled
one,
and get
she's
connected,
interesting.
and
Two, she's
so, you know, we took the same, you know, we
okay
took
to
approach
look at.
that
She's
many
not an
brands
iceberg.
take and kind of shortening their names.
Yeah, and I
Lots of
think
brands
that
over time end up shortening
I could get, if
their
I
names.
can get
So
3 or 4
we
books
went with
going,
Angie, and
they
you know,
could
we
be
dropped the E to make it
ranking in the
unique, and you know, kind of
eyes of
shifting a
Amazon.
brand.
It shouldn't be all that
You know,
hard
it was
to do.
25 years old at the time.
But at least it'd be
It is risky,
guaranteed.
but it's going to allow us to
Yeah,
be much more
$10,000
simplified, much more streamlined, and put our
refund.
marketing dollars behind the
If you don't get anything going.
All right, Angie, why don't we take?
Now, if you put in an effort, you can't get anything going. That's what I think they said. Ow. Oh, crap. You know, just leave them in here. It's probably too cold for me to go out there.
I don't see you going very far.
Huh?
I don't see you going very far if you do.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wanted to go back out that way, but with that wind blowing down the mountain, yeah, it's too cold.
Did you want a cracker? Sorry, I ate them all.
Polly want a cracker. Polly wants the motor on.
Hey, that's okay. You can still ride. You can still be a part of the community. There is space for you, and there are other women like you who are in the exact same space.
Okay, so what's your question?
Is there an ideal time or a certain milestone that you have to hit or that you should hit before you go looking or talking to investors?
All right.